Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Coach Mark. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, a fantastic week, a fantastic month, and an absolutely amazing year. I'm not sure when it is that you're watching this video, but I'm making it. Today is Monday, this January 25th. I want to stay in December, right? Now, today is Monday, January 25th. That's the day that I'm actually making this video. And I know a lot of you guys set resolutions, goals, whatever you want to call them, at the beginning of the year. And I would just personally like to know, how are you guys doing in regards to your goals or your resolutions? Please reach out to me and email me and just let me know how you're doing. You know, whether you're knocking them out, whether you fell off the wagon, whether you're struggling, and anything that I can do to help you on your journey, I definitely will. My email is coachmarkspeaks@gmail.com. That's CoachMarkspeaks@gmail.com. And don't worry if you fell off the wagon. A lot of people did, but the champions are the ones that get back up. And that is the key. You want to be able to get back up. It doesn't matter how many times you fall, you want to get back up, and look at every time that you fall, that now you have an opportunity to attack whatever your goal is even that much clearer. I read something today that talked about Thomas Edison, like back in the 20s, or I don't know when, early part of the 20th century. He had a fire at one of his laboratories, and it was about $30 million worth of damage. And his whole perspective was, you know what? That's absolutely amazing, because now, and he lost everything. It wasn't even like, so it wasn't like even these days where Thomas Edison had everything backed up in the cloud. So yeah, he had a fire and he lost a bunch of physical equipment, but he still had all his files saved. No, he lost everything. And his whole perspective about the situation is that, you know what? That's awesome, because now we have an opportunity to develop a whole bunch of new ideas. That's how confident he was in the fact that, you know what, even though I lost everything, I can start back over again. And now I'm going to even be able to develop some even greater and greater and greater ideas. And that is really the benefit of having that type of perspective. And that kind of leads me into what it is that I want to talk about today. I use these videos every single week to kind of share something with you, because I've probably taken about 50 to 60 hours of new information every single week, whether that's reading an audiobook, listening to an audiobook, reading a physical book, going to a course, a seminar. I'm just taking in new information every single day, every single week. I'm trying to take in at least 50 weeks this year, 50 to 60, at least 2,500 to 3,000 hours of new information every single year. That's how committed I am to taking my life to another level. And you guys get to actually benefit from that, because I get to share with you a lot of the things that I've learned, so then that way, if you don't have the time at this point in time to spend and do as much reading or taking in as much new information as I do, you still get an opportunity to learn some of the key things that I've learned and still improve your life. And what I wanted to share with you today is, one of the things that have really helped me a whole lot in life, and I didn't just learn this, but I just came across this in a book recently, and I said, you know what, my mind has been on it all week, and I said, this is what I have to share. The thing about life is that we don't experience the world as it is. We experience the world as we are. A lot of people think that the way that they look at the world is just how the world is, and everything that they believe is just fact. No, it's not. It's just based on how you view the world, right? Everybody has a different view of the world that's going to be determined by your upbringing, your parents. There's probably a lot of things that you believe that when you really sit down and take a look at it, you ask yourself, like, why do you believe that? And it's really because somebody else imposed that belief on you. When I see these videos on YouTube and Facebook of these little kids that are filled with so much hatred, like, a little kid doesn't know anything about hatred, or racism, or not liking someone because of their color, or their any of the other factors, where they come from, what they look like. All of that stuff is taught, So I really challenge every single one of you to look at the way that you view the world, and then ask yourself, is this how you truly feel? or is it somebody else that imposed their belief on you at a younger age, and that's why you feel the way that you feel about it? You know, we look at a lot of these events that are going on in the world, like of course, the terror bombings in Paris, and you know, there's so many of them all over the world, almost every single day. And the thing about it is that these people that are doing all this foolishness, they truly in their hearts believe what they're doing is right. That's their reality, right? Like there's almost no such thing as reality. Like everybody has their own reality as to what they believe is the right thing and what is the right thing and what isn't the right thing and whatnot. And I think that there's so much division in the world because of this, right? Everybody has what it is, and people aren't able to look at somebody else's perspective, right? Maybe and not understand like why someone is the way that they are. And one of the things that has helped me over the years is for me to stop being bullheaded, even though I am still sometimes, but I'm able to kind of look at the way that someone is and try to like put myself in their shoes, right? Like, okay, even if it's someone that has a completely different view, completely different view than my view, then I say to myself, okay, like what made them like that, you know? And I try not to look at how they feel as being right or wrong, or how I feel or how I act as being right or wrong. It's just the way that I feel about something based on everything that I've experienced in my life, everything that I've been through, and they feel a completely different way based on their experiences, what they've been through and whatnot. And I think that when you're able to have this sort of perspective or this view of the world, it makes it a lot easier for you not only to get along with people, but just really just to get along with people, you know, and just understanding where they come from. And then life becomes a lot easier for you because then you're not even stressing yourself out as to trying to convince anyone to feel the same way that you feel, not trying to convince anyone to take on the same religion as you have, you know, or the same world beliefs as you have. You understand that, you know what, the way that they feel is the way that they feel, you know, like someone that is in, say, Israel, you know, like more than likely they're going to be Jewish. And the reason being is because that's just what they grew up with. You know, someone in India may be Hindu because that's just what they grew up with, you know. And who am I to sit here and to tell them that they are wrong for feeling the way that they are having the beliefs that they have, because that's just the way, that's what they grew up with, you know, and that's what they understand. That's just what they learn. And if it's meant for them to learn something different, then they will, you know. And the best way, and if I want to change them, to which I don't want to change anybody, but even if you did want to change somebody into believing what it is that you believe, if you feel that that's what you need to do, I don't, but if that's what you feel that you need to do, I think that the best way to do that is just being the example. You know, being the example of the change that you want to see in this world. And I look at a lot of people, and this video is starting to go in a completely different direction. But you know what? I just always talk about what it is that I'm led to talk about. And I see a lot of people that are so intent in trying to make other people feel the same way that they feel or believe in the same thing that they believe. And, you know, the easiest way to persuade someone is just to be the change that you want them to be, you know. So live your life in a way that someone would say, you know what, I want to live like Coach Mark, you know. So maybe I need to find out what it is that he's doing and adopt maybe some of the principles or the habits that he has, you know. I think that's the best way to want to, instead of trying to enforce your way of thinking, your beliefs on someone and tell them, hey, you got to believe the way that I believe, you know. I don't think that ever really works, you know. And I think that if everyone was just to be able to take a viewpoint of like, you know what, just kind of open up your perspective and see things not only just from the way that you want to see it, but be able to see things from other people's perspective. I know that has helped me a whole lot in dealing with people and whatnot. Anyway, I probably made this video so much longer than I should have. But you know what? As I talk, a lot of times I probably come up with what I'm going to say 5 minutes before I do these videos. And then as I start doing them, my mind I just talk about whatever it is that comes to my mind. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Don't forget, reach out to me. I would love to hear your stories and how you're doing. And maybe I can share something with you that can help you on the path to accomplishing whatever goals it is. You can reach me at coachmarkspeaks@gmail.com. That's COACHMARKSPEAKS@gmail.com. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate all of you that watch these videos every single week, and I hope I'm able to provide you with some level of value, right? I don't want to waste anybody's time. So I hope I'm able to give you something that where you can say, you know what, that was a good investment of my time. I learned a little something that can help take me to the next level. All right. Thank you much, and see you next week.